Good afternoon. This is Partners in Care, and we are doing a session with Neil Hammond, who is the Business Systems Development Specialist, and Lisa Millman, who is a Social Work Lead for Self-Service from Telford and Wrekin Council. Over to you.
Thank you, Karen. So this session, we are going to have a few PowerPoint slides introducing what the adult portal is and a professional referral. And then we'll have a brief demonstration of actually what and how you can use the adult portal. So hopefully everybody can see my screen at the moment. Super, brilliant. So the adult portal provides the ability for professionals to send in a referral into adult social care. And that's the reason for this meeting today. It also, as well, excitingly, enables people to send in a personal referral and access elements of self-help. And there's initial stage, the first stage of this project, where we're going to be soft launching the professional referral and the personal referral. And then there'll be later stages that we'll get into in a little bit more detail for the professional referral later. But for people in the community, they'll also have two-way messaging between their allocated worker in our system and the adult portal. We'll be able to share assessments and documents with them, and also for people and social workers to ask for people to directly contribute towards their assessments, either before an assessment, or after an assessment. And that's all done digitally and securely through the portals. Excitingly, it links directly to our client record system, Liquid Logic Adult system. So everything would be verbatim. So there's no kind of errors in misrecording or misunderstanding what somebody means. It's verbatim. That information is pulled into our system. It doesn't replace, and I think this is important to say, any of the current traditional methods for contacting adult social care. Okay, this is an enhancement. It's an additional option. We understand there's lots of people out in the community and even cross professionals that might not like digital solutions. So we're not replacing any of our current traditional methods with this. It's an enhancement, and there is an option for you to be able to contact us. Obviously, we'd love for you to use this platform because there's efficiency for yourself, for the person who you might be referring in about, and also for adult social care. So you're probably thinking, why should I use it? So we've got a few slides here now. So streamline the process. So the portal allows for more streamlined referral process by enabling professionals to submit the referral directly to the portal. This reduces the need for manual paperwork, emails, and phone calls, and can speed up the overall process to the benefit of the person, professionals, and adult social care. It's also improved accuracy. So by using the portal, professionals can ensure that all necessary information is accurately captured and submitted. And this helps in reducing errors and omissions that can potentially occur with traditional methods, and prevent that back and forth that you might sometimes get with a paper referral coming in or a phone call. We need more information that can delay those safeguardings, in particular, going through as quickly as they could have done initially. So direct allocation, so the portal allows for referrals to be directly allocated to the appropriate teams within adult social care, so such as safeguarding. This ensures that referrals are handled by the right team without any unnecessary delays. There's also efficiencies in screening, so the portal enables initial review of referrals by a central team, that would be our Family Connect team. And this ensures that only high quality referrals are passed on to the relevant teams, improving the efficiency again of the referral process to the benefit of all involved. So there's enhanced collaboration. So the portal facilitates collaboration between professionals, different departments within adult social care, and teams involved in the referral process. And this leads to improving communication, coordination, ultimately benefiting again everybody in the whole process from start to finish. It's a digital form, so you'll always have the most recent version. There is a tendency, I know, even within adult social care as well, that some people will save a form to their own personal drive, and then as we update that form, their form they keep using never gets updated. So you'll always have the most recent form to use. For our client record system, so the professional referral drops directly into our client record system, providing increased accuracy and reduction in processing and time alongside information being verbatim. So the information that you write in the professional referral for safeguarding drops into, there's no kind of interpretation of what you're trying to say over the phone or something like that, and another worker typing that up. It is verbatim. Also, streamlined forms, so there's intelligence built into the referral, so you only see and answer the questions you have to. So rather than having a paper form where you've got every single possible permutation of the questions might be asked, as you ask questions, there might be more information and they populate. So the form is as long as it needs to be or as short as it needs to be. So we're proposing a soft launch this autumn, and what the adult portal allows us to do is do incremental launches. So it supports that incremental launch with different types of referrals. So at the moment, we're starting just with a safeguarding referral. What we haven't done is built one gigantic professional referral that covers Care Act and assistive technology and sensory. It's a dedicated safeguarding referral. We will launch other types of referral, but what we want to do is through the phase implementation of the other professional portals is make sure each one works for you as we launch it. So we'll launch a safeguarding referral, and we'd like you guys to be part of that pilot with us and feedback to us any issues or glitches or things that might need to be changed. And we will not move on to developing the other referrals until we get this one right. So 100% of our focus on getting this first one right. We'll launch that live, and then we'll start working on the other professional referrals. So we make sure everything is correct and working for you guys, who will be the people using it, and also the communication between our systems working appropriately as well. So again, we'd love you to be part of that process, and I think that will mean that there'll be a very successful form once it's been launched and we're at the end of the pilot. So how do you access it? So what I'm going to do now is just a few PowerPoint slides just with some screenshots about how to access it, and then Lisa will do a bit of a live demonstration and talk through it in a little bit more detail. So access to the adult portal is via a web link, so it can be saved to your favorites. So once we're in the soft launch, please do not go out looking for the safeguarding referral, professional referral at the moment. Okay, it's only in a test phase. So if you used it or played with it, the information could disrupt any IDT work that we're doing on it. Or if you do send in a referral mistakenly, thinking it's a live system, it's going to go into the ether. So please don't use it at the moment. We will tell you when it's ready to be used, and we'll send out a little information pack. So the hyperlink will take you to this web page that you can see on the right hand side. And then what you will do is you will click on I'm a professional supporting a Telford and Wrekin resident. Okay. And on the left hand side, you can see here, there's one for people in the community. That's the link they would use to get to that. But you would use I'm a professional supporting a Telford and Wrekin resident. When you click on that, you'll then be taken to a professional referral form. And this is where all of those other referrals I was talking about, so for a Care Act review or sensory or assistive technology, something like that, will be stored. And at the moment, there's only the safeguarding one there. So you can see that highlighted in a yellow box. So what you do is you would select safeguarding, and that would start the assessment process for you. And like I said, you work your way through there, only answering the questions that need to be, and it will expand and contract as required based on how you're answering the questions. You will have to log in on first ever use of the professional safeguarding referral. Once you've logged in once, you will then be able to, your details will be stored. You'll be able to register um, if you haven't done so before, and then log in. So once you've worked your way through the referral, all you need to do is click submit to local authority. Okay, you are able to save and form and come back later, create a PDF if you wanted it for your own records, cancel, close, print, come back later, etc. So how we manage people's data has been central to developing this portal. So the adult portal has all the security required to protect people's data. Data privacy impact assessment has been undertaken by our information governance team. No personal information is ever sent outside of the portal. So if I give an example of that, so say you do submit a safeguarding referral and you've missed a question out, or we do need some additional information, we can request that. And what will happen is you will get an email to your registered email when you register to use the portal to say you need to log into the portal because we've got additional information we need. There's nothing ever provided via emails. You're always told to go to the portal to see the information that we need you to update or review. There's also two-factor authentication. So when you do log in and register, you'll have to put your email and password in, and then you'll be emailed a code. I think most of us are pretty familiar with that. You get emailed a little code that you need to put into another box to be able to log in, just to give us a little bit of an additional protection of people logging in and to stop those bulk attacks that some systems can get that we hear about on the news. So, like I said, we're hoping the soft launch will be autumn 2024. What we will do then is we'll provide a small information pack with all the details that we need. So that'll be things like the web links that you need to click on to get to the professional referral. Short user guide. It will be short as well, because if you can't use the safeguarding referral and the portal without a user guide, it's been built wrong. It should be very logical, very easy to use, but we will put, just for those initial first few weeks, some information in about how to access it. Also, who to and how to provide feedback to us as well. So at the moment, we're debating whether we put a link within the portals for you to be able to provide feedback, or whether we just give you an email address to email the local authority to say, I would like this change in the adult safeguarding referral, etc., etc. So any requests for changes will be processed at the end of the soft launch unless they're urgent or critical. So if there's something glaringly obvious that isn't working or that has been missed, hopefully it won't be, because we've worked very closely with our safeguarding team to build this. We can get that done straight away. But if not, we will wait to the end of the pilot before we make those changes. And we're hoping the pilot will be 6 to 8 weeks. It all depends on how many referrals we get. So if at the end of 8 weeks we've had 2 referrals, I wouldn't deem that sufficient enough for us to be able to move to a proper hard go live. So we might extend it. After 4 weeks, if we've had 40 referrals coming in, then actually we might end the pilot a little bit earlier, because we've collated so much of that feedback already. And I suppose a question for us, and Karen, I think you'd liaise with Emma over this, is who do we send that information to disseminate to everybody else? So we'll be in contact over that. Okay, so that's a quick overview of the portal. We will provide you, Karen, with these PowerPoint slides as well to share out if people would like them also, alongside the videos being recorded. But I'll hand over to Lisa now, if that's okay.
Lovely, thank you, Neil. Can everybody hear me okay?
We can
I
hear
can
you,
hear
Lisa.
you.
Yep.
Marvellous. Okie dokie. So, what I'm going to show you now is the actual portal, the web page. We're going to go into there and have a little look around. Neil has covered an awful lot of this in the presentation as is, but we thought it would be nice for you to be able to see it in real life, so to speak. I will make it whistle stop, because as Neil said, the hope is that we've built it adequately enough so that you're not going to need an awful lot of information. You're going to be able to go in, you're going to be able to go through, you're going to be able to submit. But I will show you now. So let me share my screen. Okay. Right. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yep. Yep. Thanks, Lisa.
Okay, wonderful. So I have gone through the link and I am now on the portal webpage. So as Neil said, you can see we've got the ability to be able to have residents click in and make self-referrals, but we've also got the ability for professionals to make referrals via the portal. So this will be the section that you guys will be using to access the portal. So we'll click through, and it takes me to the professional referral landing page. As Neil said, at the moment, we've just got the safeguarding form on here because this is where we want to focus at present. But ultimately, as we get further down the line in terms of the project, there will be other referrals in here as well, such as OT and Care Act assessment review, etc. So as a professional, I'm coming in, I want to make a safeguarding referral into adult social care. So I'm going to click into the safeguarding section. And this is going to take me into the safeguarding professional referral. So we've got a bit of bump in here about if it's an emergency, don't use the form. Although that, you know, we are hoping to process these forms as quickly as possible as we would in terms of if we got a phone call or an email. We're very mindful of the fact, you know, if somebody is at immediate risk of harm, you don't want to be filling this in and sending it through. We've got a bit of information there in terms of what happens when you submit your referral. Again, it will go through to Family Connect in the same way any other referral currently does, and they will ensure that the safeguarding referral is processed appropriately. We've got privacy notice. Once we've read the privacy notice, we tick to say, yeah, we've read it, we understand, and at this point we need to log in. So if you don't have a portal account at this point, you would click this login and register, and it would take you to the register screen, login or register screen. I have got a portal account in true Blue Peter style, so I will log in. And as Neil said, it's two-factor authentication. So I've put in my username and password, and now I have to come over into my emails where I will receive a code. Let's give it a minute to wake up. There he is. So I'll copy and paste the code over. The user has 15 minutes from having had the code sent to be able to go and get it and pop it into this login stage. So I'm now officially in the form and logged in. So the questions are exactly the same as what would be asked if you were speaking directly to the safeguarding team or speaking directly to Family Connect. So who are we completing this form on behalf of? I can do it for myself, someone else, or someone else in a professional capacity. Obviously, this is where we are at the moment because we're making a professional referral on behalf of somebody else. So I'm going to click someone else in a professional capacity. There are a number of mandatory questions within the form that we have to complete to be able to make this referral. So my relationship to the person is I am their carer. First name is, let's have a look. First name and surname. We can enter date of birth here, or we can put an estimate. We can put their age. We've got gender, ethnicity. Again, all those contact details, email, telephone number, NHS, national insurance number if it's known. So our address system here is linked with our internal gazetteer at the local authority. So we can just pop a postcode in, select find address, and it will give us a drop down of all the addresses within that area. Obviously, we can scroll through and find the right one and select it. So my details have been pre-populated because I've got a portal account. It's pulled my information in automatically. I'm not having to duplicate that or put it in more than once. And we select next. Oh, she says. There's the mandatory questions. Again, these are, we've got the date field and things in here, so you can type it in or you can go through and use the calendar. So now we're getting to more of the bulk of the detail of the referral. So we've got some information there. As Neil said, this has been created quite closely, well, extremely closely with our safeguarding team to be able to make sure that we are gathering all of the relevant information via this form that is needed to process that referral efficiently. We realise that you guys are busy and you don't want to be doing that back and forth of, oh, can we have a bit more information here? Can we have a bit more information there? So the hope is that this is going to be efficient enough to be able to get all the information that is required so that that referral can be processed as quickly as possible. So there are a number of questions, and as Neil says, you have questions that populate depending on how you answer a previous question. So for example, at the moment, all we've got here is this concern related to a care setting? If I say yes, I have some more questions that come up. Is it related to missed medication? No. Was there resident on resident concern when no harm was caused? No. Is it related to domiciliary care? I could say yes, and it will give me some more information about if it's domiciliary care. I could say no, and they'll say, are you contacting us regarding a complaint? So this complaint question has been put in here because we realise that there may be safeguarding concerns, but there may also be people that want to make a complaint alongside those safeguarding concerns. And we are meeting with the safeguarding team again tomorrow to put some more information in around this one, because we think it's important to emphasise that even though you want to make a complaint, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't put a safeguarding referral in as well. So we want to put a little bit more guidance around this question. So then we've got did the concern happen in Telford and Wrekin? Yes, we can check the postcode checker down here if we're not sure, and that will open up into a new window to be able to put the postcode in, and it'll tell you who the responsible local authority is. Is the funding authority Telford and Wrekin? Yes. So now we have a bit more, a few more in-depth questions regarding the person. So do they have specific communication needs? Are there any known health issues? And each of these, if I was to say yes, it would ask me to put some more information in there. Contact details for the person. We can enter their email address, their NHS number. Have they had contact with their GP surgery in the last week? Again, if we say yes, we can put the name of the GP surgery. If they're not registered with a GP, you don't get that question. So who should we contact about this referral? We're mindful that, you know, just because you're the person that's making the referral, it's not necessarily you that the safeguarding team need to speak with. So we've got the options of you can contact the person that's being referred, their nominated representative, or me as the referrer. So if I said myself as the referrer, it's going to ask me some more questions about me. So who am I? I am a carer and I work for Helping Home Care. I have to answer some questions about my involvement. Do I know any other services that are involved? Am I professional working with the Wellbeing Independence Partnership, for example? But if I'd have put in the person's nominated representative, it would ask me for some details about them. So now we're into the bulk of the kind of safeguarding questions. So what are the current support needs for the person? In this section, we can select one. So we would go with the one that is the most kind of prevalent support need for that person. So for example, I may say physical support, but in here we can tick multiple in terms of what kind of abuse is the concern for. So it might be physical, discrimination and organisational abuse in this one. So I've got the ability of free text boxes so that you're able to record verbatim what that person has said to you. What, in their own words, how would they describe the potential abuse or neglect? How was it discovered? When? Where? What impact is it having? Are there any witnesses? And again, if we say yes, I'd be able to put some more details in. Is there any risk for the person visiting? I can say, put some more details. There's an important question here in terms of, is a child under 18 at risk? If we were to say yes, it's going to give us some guidance to be able to report a concern for a child at risk. Obviously, we're making the distinction because this is a referral for adult safeguarding, but we want people to be armed with the relevant information. We can put the details of the risk in there. If I said no, I've not informed children's services about this risk, we'd get an alert to say, hang on a minute, go back up and make the referral. So again, lots more questions in terms of whether there are any difficulties with decision making, any difficulties with gaining access. Is there a potential perpetrator? Yes. You have the ability to fill in all their details. Have the emergency services been contacted? Yes or no? We say yes. Who, which service? We could say the police have been, what was the crime number, what action was taken. So again, as Neil said, we've tried to make it somewhat streamlined in the sense of you're not seeing thousands and thousands and thousands of questions all in one go. You're only answering the ones or seeing the ones that are relevant to what you've already put in. So is there an immediate plan in place to protect the person? We can say yes, put the details of the plan, and then we'll select next. Oh, I've missed a mandatory question, sorry. So here you've got the ability to be able to upload any attachments. Now, from speaking with the safeguarding team, I know that you guys are more often than not asked for supporting evidence. So, for example, if there's been a fall, they will ask for the falls risk assessment, etc. So, I'm meeting with safeguarding tomorrow, or it could be this afternoon actually, to talk through some potential guidance to pop in here so that when you are making this referral, you will have some more information in terms of, okay, if this is what it's about, you need to include X, Y, and Z. So we can upload the attachments there. We select next. We can add any other further information in here if needed, and then we submit to the local authority. We are asked again, are you sure? Have you got everything you want in there? If we have and we're happy, we can say submit. If not, we can cancel. And as Neil said, we can save a form for later. We can create a PDF, we can close it, cancel it, or print it. In this instance, I'm going to submit because I'm happy with everything that I've put in, and the form has now disappeared. So that is a very quick whistle stop of the portal and how you would make the safeguarding referral in. Are there any questions from anybody?
Well, just before we go to questions, Lisa, I just want to say thank you to you and Neil. That was a really, really interactive romp through, and I really think there's a lot of work that's gone into the development of that form, hasn't there? Because it's very comprehensive, so you're getting a lot of information to start with. And as you quite rightly said, both of you, there will be further details coming out via yourselves from Partners in Care about how people can get involved in this pilot. So I'm going to stop the recording now. Thank you.
Fabulous.
Thank you.